That was a bit strong. I complained. It was not a palm reading. It was, I believe she pulled cards. I think. Shit, I don't remember. I don't remember. I know she was telling me the truth though. And the thing about that, me knowing names back then, oh, oh, I would have gave them the wrath of God in person. But God was like, don't do that. So when I went to go see the psychic, I did not get names. I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. I believe that if you go see a psychic and you have things going on in your life, like people trying to unalive you and stuff like that, and you're like me, you rather choose self-discipline and healing and forgiveness and just moving away from the whole situation, I would recommend not getting the names of the people and just really cutting people off, relocating, um, taking and precaution measures as well with your life in order to rebuild a fresh life, do a lot of reflection, do a lot of grounding, do a lot of things that make you happy, much as possible. Because me just remembering everything that I went through, even after I went to go see that psychic and not getting the names of the people that were stalking and harassing me, it was a lot. But you know what? I made it. I'm still here. Hello. Hi, Dalton. I'm still here. I made it. I'm still good. Things are okay. Not the way I would like for things to be, but whew, I have so much to be proud of. I really do. I have so much to be proud of, honestly. But yeah, not getting the names of the people that are trying to make you a victim and just getting away from the whole situation safe as possible. I would definitely recommend invest $500 into a security system first and foremost. There's definitely some things I would have did differently. Being a single mother, and I believe anybody and everybody should have a security system because hardwired at that. Because the bullshit that goes on and people like cutting signals and of course with the temperature rising can also cause natural malfunctioning. But for the bullfuckery of other people's bad intentions, COA. Also, they have they y'all go look. They have they have little mini cams that you can have there. They look like charging ports. They have some that look like screws you can put in your house, in your children's room. You know what I mean? For extra other precautions or whatever. Uh, just do your best to protect yourself and your home. It's necessary, even your car. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. Random ass people do random ass shit. Thank you. You are loved as well. As long as you love yourself, right? So, random ass people do like random ass shit. Just protect yourself at all costs. Simply because, hey Pink, what's up, Pink? Okay, so here's what's going on with the moderators. Moderators, we can definitely go live together if that's something that we choose to do. Or actually, if you choose to do, this is the option of building a relationship, because this is my business for real. Like, this is one of my babies. And hell, I'm not even in a relationship right now except for with the universe. And I'm just like everybody else. We got to build a healthy, nice, and stable way of communication and etc. Y is Z, okay? So that may take a few months. I'm not just letting any and everybody on, no lie. Simply because I had a I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. It's a lot of good information on this channel of my personal experience that you guys can definitely grow, heal, and evolve from, using the good parts that work for you and leaving the rest. It's all a process with whoever you watch, whatever guidance and information. You got to use your own discernment and guidance, right? I had to. Taking the high road is not always easy. It's not always what we want. Sometimes we just want to choke, but it happens. But yeah, thanks for being understanding. But me, and that was another thing I wanted to talk about. I wasn't supposed to just go off into this first, but I guess apparently this is a message for somebody. The first psychic I went to see was in my hometown. After I went to go see her, I just got done eating some popcorn. I don't know, there is something in between my teeth. And I went to go see her. She was in my hometown, and not too shortly after that, the police was there. So I'm seeing this pattern of these Nazi hateful type people. I want to say she could have been. She could have been what? Do they say East or West Indian? I think East Indian, like close to Africa. Or she was Hispanic. It's kind of a blur right now. But she was real cool. She wanted me to pay her extra money as well for the names. And I was like, no, I'm good. Because at that time, look, I was a whole different energy. If y'all don't know, I'm up close and personal. I'm not going to send nobody for you. If anybody chooses to come, it would be the universe. It wouldn't be me. It'd be left up to the universe. So I was in totally different energy then. I didn't get the names, but I found out, and still finding out information in due time, and that's how things work. When you move by faith and not by sight, that's how things work. When you have good intentions for people, when you have good intentions for your purpose in life, God is always going to see you through. Woo! God is always going to see you through. It's an amazing reprieve and relief to get all the confirmations. But like I said, like to see the police and the tracking and the ships, the spaceships, and all that shit. Mind you, I still go through my bouts. I think that's what you say, of doubt. Like you question, like, is this shit for real? Like, did this just really just happen to me? Did I just really see this? I still go through that. You know, and I know what I witnessed, me personally. And it's just like, damn, um, they really are just after a certain percentage of people that will speak up and tell the truth and that share their experience of what truly happened. They don't want this shit to be out, but like that's the whole reason why I really started speaking out on what experiences I had and the other intuitive things that I picked up on along this journey. And a lot of this, of course, we just went through and ran through really technically all of the facts that we really needed to confirm. I think a lot of you guys probably just have not had the physical experience, but for all of this history to be exposed over the past few months that we've been talking about on this channel as far as the timelines and these other events, and then now some more events happening and them trying to reverse unity and peace. Um, the bottom line is there's good and there's bad, and that's it. There's nothing in between. And they sugarcoat shit and hope for people to bite on it. So for those who keep biting on it and refurbishing this sugar-coated shit and regurgitating it, it's generational curse. And thank you guys for the like, share, subscribe. Thank you, thank you guys so much. They're trying to perpetuate and keep these cycles going to keep a certain amount of souls. So I've used a lot of depictions like Inuyasha. Inuyasha is a good one, and Nobunaga. I'm a gamer, love games, certain games. Driver, decoder, shooter. Yeah, that's pretty much my gaming likes. So ooh wee. Whew. So for a lot of this stuff to now being publicly exposed, you know, especially over the past 2 years, people are already coming out over the past couple of, you know, centuries, right? We're trying to expose this information and, you know, wrongfully were admitted to psych ward homes and stuff like that and rest homes and whatnot. And or just heavily medicated or unalive, unfortunately, and set up to make it look like as if it was an accident. We need to understand that a lot of people take risks, they take chances to expose this, and unfortunately, you know, They also use tactics like micro, nano, tech managing. It's not funny because it's really fucked up. And using other people, and that's why they put up these towers and stuff so they can, control these people. That's why another reason why it's good to detox, it's good to cleanse, it's good to, really know what lifestyle you want to make for yourself as far as health. So you can better control yourself, even if you are under these potential guides, and know what voice the right one that you need to listen to, what visions really mean for you, and how to use the discernment with all of these senses that you are naturally gifted with, and will, gain and obtain more gifts through this healing process. No matter, the race or whatnot, right? It's your intentions. Remember that. Your intentions are so important. Your actions are so fucking important. Very much so. Um, there's so much that people are doing. And now, I mean, for them to, because apparently what Dump Truck is trying to do right now is stop interracial marriages. There's always a yin and a yang to everything. There's a good and a bad to everything. I would say, yes, it has a purpose, and for the purpose of pretty much their own, but this is why I'm saying it. Yes, as in a good thing for this to happen, but also it can be a bad thing because for those who have healed and are willing to heal through this whole process, brings them to a stagnation, right? Because there's a healing process and a type of exposure, which is also to wake these people up too. For the people that have gone through the extreme racist shit and trying to get their children not to be with have their grandchildren, now it's going to wake them up to like, hey, what's really going on here? Why is this now becoming a bigger problem? It's going to wake them up a whole nother level on the spiritual level. It's going to help reboot them, start understanding like, well, this is a real thing and I need to be concerned about this. I need to be aware about what's going on and how to protect my family. It's going to be some good and it's going to be some bad. So for those who take it the way they do, and there's only dark and there's light, right? So the triggers are good simply because it's going to wake people up to understand what these different illusions are and what else they have been exposed to and what else they're trying to expose our future generations to. So we're going to have more people standing up against the opposing energy that's trying to bring strife to our generational lineages. Not only is there a safety factor in the intentions, but the overall intentions of peace is the most important, right? Thank you guys for the likes, shares, and subscribes. And this is where we're trying to get to a balance and a peace to be consistent. And unfortunately, we have to keep saying this and reminding people there will be losses, there will be some gains. Y'all, I want to cry, and I'm not trying to cry, but it's unfortunate because It's like when you try to warn people, you try to help them help themselves. It's it's bittersweet because we can only put the knowledge out there and the wisdom out there, but we can't make nobody do nothing. That's what God gave everybody free will. So did the devil. So you know, people just gotta understand in making the right choices. I just washed my hair, y'all. So it's looking very crazy up under here. And my head is itching because I need to possibly grease my head at this point or when I wake up. So I want to get my pillow all greasy. But uh, it's sad. Y'all don't think so, I don't know. And I just want to explain to y'all like a very emotional person. Very, very emotional, caring, very, very much. So. I've been that way since I could remember. Um, I get up here and I try to smile and laugh through a lot of this stuff. Some of the stuff is funny and some of this shit really ain't. But I do have a laugh quite naturally. I do. And for those who know me with the nose itch, that's confirmation. And or those who will get to know me. So it's a thing. We're all trying to get through this roughage as much as possible, much as we can. And I believe not only are the good ones here already, but if reinforcements are coming, hell, I'm ready for it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit every day. Y'all know I have to deal with this on so many different levels. We all do, right? But it's like getting to the point where, and I guess it's been this way for too long. If I can't have peace in my motherfucking house, or nobody can, like, and that's what I was getting to through readings from YouTube. If justice is meant for a certain people and they don't get it, then the others won't as well. And that doesn't mean necessarily color, but that definitely means the opposing energies. Because this ain't got shit to do with color. But it has to do with people's moral values. Can't not be piss poor more. I don't want peace. I want problems. It's sad. But it's oh happy day too at the same time. Oh, I wanted to look up the song because I kept hearing it earlier. It's a Whitney Houston song. And I wanted to confirm these lyrics to see if it was really said in the song or it's a message. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Michael and Jessica here.
Shut up. And there go my eyelashes. Stop. Let every heart prepare him room is what the lyrics say, but let every what I was hearing was let every heart prepare him new, meaning how we talk about the chakras, right? How they want to keep you in fear, they want to keep you in survival, they want to keep you in the three lower chakras, not into your heart chakra. Let every heart prepare him new. Become a new person every day, every moment, every time, as you to. This is the message that I'm getting from it. But it goes to say as well, like people having an awakening, like a heart chakra activation is what we call it. It's like the Grinch. Oh, his heart grew a little. He's like, my heart grew a little. That part. And it's like a lot of people going through that. And it's necessary. And not only that isn't necessary, it should be so in order to be stable in the new energy that is coming to Earth. So that was a channel message I got earlier. And of course, I know I got one. It's gonna come back to me. That might have been it, but I think it's another one or two that I didn't write down, but I've been writing down like all day. Let's see, hold on. Feel free to drink. Crazy, okay. Trying to trigger me. Safety, okay. You see me. Okay, I already talked about that. And we talked about them meeting in Alaska too. Notice that when Dump Truck had this meeting with Putin, right? He did not disrespect him like he has disrespected every other leader that he has met with. Understand that this man has that in his generational bloodline. He feels as if he can't match energy with somebody that will match his energy. Because not only will he match his energy, it's going to start exactly what Project Blue Book said it would start. Right? This leader that started something by his gap. So You know, just see shit for what it is. The first psychic, okay, I went to see the police there. Not long after I had left, I would not pay for the names. Mind you, these people that have been taken over and have been used, their vessel being used, they can be random strangers, they can be your family, they can be your so-called friends, they can be your fucking relatives, you know, brother, sister, mother, cousin, brother, uncle, dad, even your own children. Okay? Yo. But once you build up your discernment, some of your children and some people have a chance. But of course, what's at play here all the time is free will. So you have to use your discernment. You have to watch people's actions as opposed to their words. You have to watch who they hang around, who they, loiter with. I don't know what the hell, why loiter came up, but who they loiter, whatever, with, and or they hang out with. Why? They start, because that be pretty much their damn mentality, and then they try to sugarcoat that shit as something else. Just like Dumb Truck don't want to give up them Epstein files because what? He don't want to be judged, but he want to do the judging. Oh, that's another thing, because I think that might be up next. There is something going on with the color blue. There definitely is something going on with the color blue. Like I said, Little Monsters, that guy that played in Little Monsters, he's blue. And then I just watched a video. They were saying, and then I seen the video after that. They're saying that the blue whales are not singing as much. So, from the land to the water, the sky already, they're signs. And these natural nature signs are something we should definitely be paying attention to, taking heed to. Reminder. Oh, yeah, this as well. Reminder, and remember, that person that said if God was an immigrant, he would deport him too. With the what? And then like, bro, y'all look at the timelines, and watch the activity of nature. I've said this, and I'm doing that in my head as I'm watching these videos and hearing these confirmations. I'm like, oh shit. I'm nervous for a lot of these people, and why they doing the shit that they're doing is beyond me, and it's free will. Oh my, clutching my fucking pearls. How to take back your birthright. Oh, I meant to make a short of that. Hello. How do you do? Hello. So, how to take your birthrights. I meant to make a video, a short of it. Okay, let me make a note. make short vid. So I'm gonna make a short video. That'll be coming from Dre OG because they have tricked a lot of people into signing birth certificates for their children, which also you are signing your rights to your children away to the government system. So this is how. Thank you for the love. You'd be great as well. Oh, from Pakistan. What's up? Shout out to Pakistan. So, the truth never hurt. Oh, not to that one. So they pretty much treat a lot of people to, and there's some people I know. Some people I know one person at least to a few people that I have met in the past that did not get their children birth certificates nor social security cards. And I'm going to be posting up a short of that. That's one thing I forgot to do. So you guys can look that up as well on how to take back the birth rights for yourself and for your children, okay? So I will be doing that. The truth never hurt no one. So if the truth never hurt no one, why are they trying to unalive these people? Why are they, why is this system into place to create a certain ignorance to take over someone's life? Why? I need for everybody to ask that question to themselves and to each other or to your neighbor. Why? I'm from the United States. So the truth never hurt nobody. Exactly. So, but, oh man, y'all go watch Dre OG's recent video, not tonight, I think it was last night or the night before, I'm not sure. There was also another guy confirming that he knew something about 9/11, right? That it was going to be a framing and a setup to put certain things into play. They had to do with racism against certain races. And this is what they do to all races. So we be sitting up there really side-eyeing each other. And then, of course, for those who take action wrongfully without having patience and discernment, it causes a drift between the races, right? And it's a divide and conquer tactic, and which is something that they always use, right? So just like we're not born racist, we're taught racism, or we learn racism from the way that we've been treated, right? So fortunately, this is a thing, but we can always deprogram ourselves and reprogram ourselves with knowledge and wisdom of the truth. And this guy, I think he came up missing because he said that this was going to be a thing with 9/11. He predicted it and or had intel of this information, exposed it to let it be known that this will be happening. So this is like, I think, a third source of which I've heard this same situation be a thing. And of course, they keep repeating this in different cycles. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing, subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, what's the name? Crafts. Thank you, KJ Crafts. So, what else? Next subject. They long money has been built off the blood, sweat, and tears of others and built a system they could manipulate and con man. So you get con man from control and profusely, profusely, purposefully did not want us to learn or understand the way they set up the system. And the reason why I put that too is making me think. I've been saying it like this whole time, uh, but we're going to put it all together in this video, right? That how criminals have made this system and didn't want us to be educated on how the system worked, to put us under another system within the school system and the education system, from hiding true history and how it's perpetuated and how these businesses were built off of slavery. What's that name brand I was just talking about? Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton had a not a human circus, a human zoo of melanated folks. They had a human zoo. So a lot of these people with these long money built off of racism and slavery have been around for a very long time. So once criminals learn the system, I'm laughing because some people was trifling. But the trifling thing that really pisses me off, and my eyes are a lighter color right now. I can see, I can tell. So some people are trifling, and sometimes it's to their own purposeful trifling because they want to be trifling, and sometimes it's because they're uneducated and very limited on what they will do and how they will do, and they don't make this accessible for, look, my nose itching, confirmation. They don't make these resources that they have accessible without fucking charge, or a affordable charge for people to afford to help themselves, even though we're living in a dangerous economy and they know just how dangerous it is for people wanting and needing that exact help. So once again, it's a disappointment, especially when it comes to people that are just pretty much gatekeeping certain shit. Whatever. It is what it is, right? Gatekeeping the gatekeepers. Gatekeepers and what the fuck ever. Yeah. The ignorance runs thick. Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah. Okay. People are in hell on earth, like Along with the Gods, the movie. So if you guys go watch Along with the Gods, the movie, it's a Chinese movie. It's really fucking good movie. I love the fucking movie. It is the shit. I have it on movie night 1 and 2. Okay? And the movie night, it just says movie night, and then there's a movie night 2 on my playlist. So y'all can go check that out. I finally posted the other YouTuber, I caught his eyes shifting. I finally posted it today, so that is on the community tab as well. You guys can go check it out. I tried to be in denial, but there ain't no denying that shit. Because I was like, did I just see what I seen? And so I had to rewind it and just like screenshot, and then I look back and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I was shape shifting like a motherfucker. That's why I say y'all gotta watch certain people, like especially if they show hate towards women. Like this particular YouTuber, he shows the type of hate and disgust towards women and not a respect towards them. It's like the same type of like the energy that will just continue to do that and to get by. And so many other things. Ain't no telling what else. But yeah, like we talked about these domesticated cults. I've done reading on those 2 years ago, and it keeps coming up. Domestic cults, of course, how we talk about the religion, how it was made, and what the purpose was for it to suppress the woman and the female energy, simply because we can wake people up and discern the truth. 9 times out of 10, and men can do it too when they tap into their feminine energy, higher selves, because that's where they came from. So, along with the Gods, the movie gives the depiction of this man. He was a firefighter, right? And he had a rough life, and he made some decisions. And when he was saving this girl, he, needless to say, he had to go through some phases, and it kind of told on his timeline the different events that were happening and had happened, that he had to go through these different gods to see if he was worthy to get into heaven. Because somewhere, somehow, there was a mark that wasn't so good, and he had to go through all these different trials. Well, here we are going through these different trials, trying to get to our own heaven, ultimately, here on earth, which is a school. And they have made this school of learning hell. The trapped souls that they're trying to keep here and keep power and hold of, and which we're just trying to enlighten you and how to escape that trap, right? And healing and forgiving and so on and so forth, and doing the right thing. Because if you don't do it in this physical body, you're going to exit this body and be stuck here on this realm until you pay off your karma. So it's like which way you want to go, because you're going to have to do it anyway. Or what God will do, especially if you were like a tormentor, how do you say that? The dormitor, the ones like off Harry Potter. If you're like that, which you'll see one of those guys in Along with the Gods, he became a vengeful soul. And then when he was going through his trials, then a whole bunch of other like hellhounds and stuff like that started coming after him, and the angels were trying to help fight him off, and it was a whole lot. It's just a whole lot going on in the movie. So y'all go watch it. It's decent, and that's pretty much what happened. When you have somebody in your family or something that happens, and they are a tortured soul, and then your timelines are tied somehow, energetically through different events. So I'm telling y'all, work through these different events. It's kind of like they're saying what they say in the Bible, like you can meet God any day. Be careful how you treat strangers and stuff like that. Facts. So these are all things that we're experiencing and trying to get through. And so you have your light beings and you have your dark beings. Your dark beings are trying to do the opposite of what the light beings are doing. We are pretty much trying to help you free your soul and transmute into a higher realm, while the other Dementor type are trying to keep you here in a torment, repetitive, repeating cycle. So it seems also very simple, but it's complicated, especially when it comes to controlling your emotions and how you react and your intentions. So it's very, very much important. Self checking. Hey, what's up, Smith? No. Talking about see my feet. No. Uh-uh. No, thank you. Not right now. Not right now. It's not one of those videos. If you're selfish, don't even plan on having what? What was it supposed to be? Having sex. I was like, it's EY. If you're selfish, don't even plan on having sex, bruh. I'm just saying because why? Because we talked about this too when it comes to sexual energy. We have talked about the brain, a dopamine and the ear, pressure points, chakras, the hands, the feet, all of that. So thank you. We're on point, right? We're on point. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. If you selfish, don't have sex. Don't fucking do it. If you don't plan on healing and working through your feelings and taking counseling or getting yourself help, like Psych2Go is a really good channel to use. If you're really good at reflecting or you want to become good at reflecting, Psych2Go has so many different videos on so many different things from sex to, self-love to being a people pleaser and stuff like that. Just healthy things that we need to balance out in our everyday life, because you're going to perpetuate a cycle and give that shit to your children. Like no, I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay. All right. There's too much information. TMI. So I'll give y'all this information. My ex-husband, selfish. I did not have another baby on him, but he had another baby on me. I'm not stupid. The girls look alike. And I told my daughter, I was like, that's your stepsister. That's your half sister, not your stepsister. Y'all look alike. So he had babies on me, I ain't had babies on him. And there's so many different ways that this can go. From experiences from the other side, right? I'll say when the man is immature and or both parties are immature, not handling the children and being fair with sharing yourself with your children and or providing for your children can cause a rift between them, you, and the women that are involved. And torture soul and having to pay off that karma can become a thing. And it's kind of funny to me how I went through that experience on a good side with my dad that raised me, and with my personal situation, my children, their father, took them from me wrongfully. And of course, a whole lot of bullshit and rhetoric in between. I don't even want to get into it. Yeah, it's crazy. Is that another piece? Yeah, it is. Got it. So, just a whole bunch of lies and illusions, right? Because having discernment and being able to get away from your unalive people that are trying to unalive you, and or all of the fucking above, wrongful paperwork and lies, manipulation, and craziness, right? All of that shit wrapped in between is like the worst of the worst. And then the lighter side of that, of just not giving your children equal fair time and attention, things that they fucking need, just providing for them. That's something that's necessary. So just fucking do that. Especially if you have somebody like me willing to work with you, and just be like, okay, well, this is what they need. I need for them. Um, because California is about that. It's like, and they are kind of the ones that made me realize, like, fuck, I'm not being selfish. It was like, what? Caring for the mom is caring for the child. And that's fucking true. We giving you this money to take care of the children. I've always questioned myself about that because I never wanted to be selfish. I wanted to always try to have that healthy balance for my children. But when it came to deadly shit, um, yeah, no. Fuck no. No one should have to deal with that. So in building healthy relationships and breaking generational curses so they don't perpetuate themselves, it's best for everyone to have communication respectfully and gratefully as possible, because without that, it's just fucking horrible and disgusting. And it's tormenting to the children first and foremost. It leaves them with a lifetime full of trauma. Only because I know that because I talked to someone that still deals with that, and it's kind of annoying and utterly disgusting that they have to deal with trauma that they've held on to as a child that is causing issues right now, to the point where they're not expressing themselves and having to let that fucking go, to the point where can affect all parts of the brain. It can affect maturity. It can definitely affect memory. Memory is one of the main problems. I'm pretty sure when stress, I can attest to that. That's something natural under stress that people just they will forget, and or can cause benign tumors or really like ruptures in the brain, different things like that, from holding on and not being able to release trauma and or work through that trauma, which is the same thing. So it's really a selfish thing when people, men or women, put their children through this type of shit, and they feel like they can't express themselves. Like I went through that on a totally different end with my children. I went through that myself up to a certain age, up until I had my first child. And, that caused me a trigger to be like, okay, I don't need to hold on to this anymore. It's not me, it's not mine. It needs to go, it needs to leave. I need to learn how to deal with this. And that was facts. And so the people and the person that abused me, my abusers, wanted me to be quiet about it and pretty much wanted to torture me about it. So that was the deadly end of it. And other things that went on in the background, but said that because there's various different situations, people just handle it differently and treat it differently depending upon the person or the group of people that are involved. And unfortunately, there was hella fucking people involved in my shit. And currently whooping the government's ass about this shit now. While they sitting up here trying to call me crazy, and I still have not been diagnosed nor deemed fucking crazy, far from it. So it's important to work on these things simply because suppression is depression. We should all be able to vent, speak about for the purpose of healing, exposing and healing, you know, these wrongdoings, whatever somebody has experienced, is purposeful. And of course, sometimes the people, the wrongdoers, don't want to take accountability. 9 times out of 10, haven't reached a level of maturity to be able to take accountability, and they just want to project a perpetual cycle of it's not my fault and I need to do X, Y, and Z in order to hurt this person, in order to silence this person, in order to keep the cycle going with their children. This shit. We can cut it so many different damn ways. It's ridiculous. And then this is what the government system perpetuates anyways, because they be gaslighting the shit out of everybody. So when we are all being gaslit on some type of level, and it's just like when we find out the truth, it makes life so much better. And it may not feel like it at the time, in that moment, or whatnot, because there are emotions. And a lot of people, they don't like to feel. And a lot of people are told, be strong, suck it up, buttercup. Told all these fucking benign ass reasons for somebody not being able to express themselves and or learning how to express themselves in a healthy way. And as we are all on this journey, we are definitely trying to mature and express it better. But sometimes the shit just has to come out. It has to be, it has to be let go. So just let people let that shit go. Sometimes they just gotta get it off their chest, and that's just what it is. You don't like it, then go somewhere else. That's just all it is. Go on to your life until you can, do better. So, you are people that are selfish should not have children. People that are selfish should not have children for so many different ways. And that's another thing. When you have sex and you give your energy away, meaning AKA when you nut, when you max out on your climax, orgasm, whatever you want to call it, you are exchanging energy. That is a energy release. So you're giving the other person your energy. And thank God if you have somebody that's up on the up and right, on the up and up, on the up and right, they will use that energy and they will multiply it for good. And just on the opposite end, if somebody doesn't, they will multiply for that, and you will understand the results in the end. So do the healing work before, and God, Lord, I just really believe psychology should be taught at an early age, and maturity should be taught at an early age. I, I believe in statistically, they are exposing still to this day that, unfortunately, the age group for sex is becoming younger and younger. So, if that being said, safe sex practices should be taught. should be practiced and for good measure. For good example, not just perpetuated. I fucking hate porn. That is just one of the damn devil's tools for real. That is the devil. Waterboy for real. Waterboy was not lying. Um, so we have to just really understand, golly, if you're selfish and you don't want to make the right decisions and just make very harsh decisions for your own selfish gain, it's just a really hard thing to put people through, which a lot of people are finding out through Dump Truck. You voted for a selfish person. Lord. Immature, frontal lobe not developed. It's just so much going on energetically and on the soul level and physically that it's telling. It's telltale sign. Thank you guys for the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you guys. So we need to think about the developmental soul level. We need to think about all of this. If you are selfish, do not have sex. You are giving your energy. You are giving your selfish energy. You are creating children that will be selfish, that are created out of a selfish situation. Hopefully, both people are not selfish, and things will work out some way somehow. But your intentions while you are having sex will manifest with what you are thinking of. Please be mindful of what you are thinking. Your intentions are everything. That means your intention while you have sex, when you are just merely sitting down in thought, your intentions mean everything in every moment, second of the day. This is why I say, do your words of affirmation. Do your words of affirmation is very important. Uh, do it, play words of affirmation while you sleep and all this other good stuff to do, practices, positive practices, and actually fucking doing it in your day-to-day life. Not just because. Not just because you want to flex. That's not the purpose. It's to actually have a lifestyle and make it a continuous practice. Faith without works is fucking dead. Half dead if you ask me, zombie ass shit. Might as well be non-existent. Might as well be possessed at that point. Pretty much are. So, laughing at what I said. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Now, there's two different types of catch them all. Just like there's positive and there's negative. There's dark and there's light. There's angels and there's demons. Gotta catch them all. To change our digital world. Digimon, digital monster. Champions. I know that is that is not Digimon. I mean, that's not Pokemon. That's Digimon. But damn, they're both the same. Just different characters. Gotta catch them all, looking ass. Please don't be in the energy like just being a whole. Damn, fuck. There's so much toxic energy that we have been taught that does not make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Gotta catch them all type energy. Be in the gotta catch them all of healing, please. For the love of God. For the love of God. It was just 1111 as I said that. And say now they saying they see in space. Oh, space they see in a cherubim. See a cherubim side eye, major side eye. Now the scientists are saying they see a large cherubim. I was just saying that these orbs of lights are cherubim. Now the scientists are saying they see a large cherubim. Y'all go look it up. And I believe it came from JOG's or Hefe. What is it? I am Hefe YouTuber channel. It came from one of their videos, but I can't remember exactly. Yeah, my Oshidometer is popped. Because I'm usually very accurate in who and where I get this information from, but that's how I run. It goes when I go days without doing a video. It says no more what? Oh yeah, I told y'all they can come pick these motherfuckers up. There's technology. I don't give a fuck. They can leave with this shit. They can come get it. Come get your shit, and you can leave too. Just understand. All I want is my children. Fuck y'all. So, whew, had to get that off my chest. They're seeing cherubim. Scientists saying that they are seeing cherubim. So you guys can go look that information up. It is ready and available to be Googled. YouTube, I'm pretty damn sure. You can find it somewhere. I've seen it. No more interracial marriage is a species thing, and that is true. Very much true. Very much so true. It is a species thing. There is spiritual war. Spiritual warfare is always going on. Federal law, not state law. They want to make it a federal law. No, they don't want to make it a federal law. They just want to make it a state law. Now, there's something behind that as well because of how the system runs. Why do y'all think they don't want to make it federal law, but they just want to make it state law? Not only so they can have a choice, would be one of the main things. Why wouldn't it? Hold on, let me ask. That's one thing I do want to ask, because I want to know. Ooh, excuse me. Why would someone make a law state law and not a federal law? Can you answer? There should be no reason why I can't hear. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hootie, 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 hootie. Trying to get up in my room. Oh. Are you ready? Hello? I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me know if you can hear me now. If not, feel free to let me know and we can.
I can hear you now.
Awesome. I'm glad it's working. If there's anything else I can help with, just let me know.
Yes, I was asking, why would somebody want to make a law, state law, and not a federal law when it comes to marriage?
That's a great question. State laws can be more flexible. They're residents, whereas federal laws apply uniformly across the entire country. This means states have the ability to adapt laws based on local customs, cultures, and preferences. So with marriage, it often allows for more personalized and varied regulations across different states. It's pretty interesting.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you have any more questions or just want to chat, I'm here for it.
Because they want to make things more flexible. This means for the majority, if, well, we already know there are some people unaware, ignorant to the fact of if they do vote for that law or pass that as a state law, that will reside particularly in that full whole state. Why divide and conquer? A divide and conquer on top of divide and conquer. Attack on the feminine energy. X. X chromosome. So that means 9 times out of 10, it's a species thing and it's a spiritual thing. So ultimately, they're trying to work people against their own fucking free will, which this is why they make rules anyway. For people to work against their own fucking free will, and we should not have to adhere to this shit. Every individual should have their own individuality. There should just be good and bad. Either they want to or they don't. Everybody deserves fucking free will. That doesn't mean, oh well, fuck. If a certain state is like, I shouldn't have to fucking move because one damn state that I just so happen to be in doesn't want interracial marriage. They're just playing God. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing at the end of the day. They're playing God. Y'all have to understand in the ways and the means of division. Division is the fucking devil. This is divide and conquer amongst on a fractional micro to macro level. Like self-reflection, where self-reflection comes into play on how people really want to move forward and how they really think and how they really feel. And once again, waking a lot of people up on a mass scale to really understand how much ignorance are they really around. How much common sense ain't fucking common no more. And this is the common sense that they run off of, which is none. This divide and conquer is demonic. It's like that, what you learn in psychology, the nature versus nurture. tactic. Are they going to nurture themselves? Because what they've done is they're turning nature into a tactic, which is not natural. So you can't even say nature versus nurture. That's a division in its fucking self. So it's like you gotta pay attention. Confirmation. You gotta pay attention to how they word fucking things. Because there's always a conflict. Con man. What did I say? What did I say? Control. What was the one I said earlier? A construct. Con. Look at all the fucking cons. Look at all the fucking cons that there are. When there's a pro, there's a fucking con. And why are the cons just really not good? If people sat down and make their lifestyle for 10 years and then realize out of that 10 years, the lifestyle that you have lived, it's going to take you 20 years to come back that lifestyle that you live to the 20 years, which it can be done less than that time, but it takes a lot of self-discipline. And what do they thrive off of? People not having self-discipline, self-control, self-admiration, self. So they want you to put the cons in front of the self. Configure. Like, bro, I can go on and fucking on. It just shit doesn't make no sense. So, you guys got a lot of self-reflection to do. You got a lot of adhering and trying to sift through the madness, which you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. It won't hurt your brain so much. You'll see. But for those who want to see, take your time. Be patient with yourself. You know, they're always trying to rush something perpetually, irrationally. It was so irrational, but of course, you have to think of their construct is to make the economy collapse. What better way to do it? Hell, they've been running the economic system, the economic system, for the same way for over fucking decades. Meaning the same slavery system that they use, they just capitalized on it. So because they didn't want to pay people here, because they just still wanted to keep them enslaved in education, finance, they pretty much made treaties and deals with people outside after they enslaved the main resources of the intellectual minds here to accomplish their goals. But now what's happening is they're being exposed on a mass international level from the micro to the macro. And hopefully I don't miss shit. Hopefully I'll start picking up on a whole lot more. You know, this is the information for what it is, and you know, and they just did things so backwards. They didn't do this shit with a plan. They didn't make a plan for everybody. They made it for them. The con. ultimately is the con. They don't give a fuck about us. So the sooner that people realize, and that's another, I'm gonna post up a picture of this fucking this game that I'm playing on Housecape, and how the Housecape guy is like, there's no such things as curses and shit like that. But the guy that runs the museum having the Scapes guy go through all the different barriers and obstacles to get into his own fucking museum, of which he's using artifacts that he stole. My eye is twitching. I said, damn, they just tell you right in front of your face. They really do. They tell us right in front of our faces. And we just think it's a game. This con is not a game. I just really need y'all to get it together and understand this is not a game. It goes far deeper and far wider than we still got to learn. I know I don't know everything, but I'm still learning in myself for real. That you are never done learning. Everybody is stupid in something. So there is no such thing as a just complete dumbass unless you just want to live in a cycle of insanity. Purposefully for your lifestyle. And some people choose that shit. So for the best of luck for everybody of their own free will, let's create our own lifestyle, stand up for our lifestyle, and tell them where they can go kiss it and go mind their own fucking business and go heal in the corner somewhere. So, I mean, ultimately, they need to go mind their motherfucking business, which they have a problem doing. Is minding their own fucking business. It's the problem. They have nobody else's. They don't even have their own business to mind. That's fucking thing. But their business to mind is healing. Ultimately, just to break that down, just to make that very clear, everybody's business is healing. If you ain't got culture, make your culture your lifestyle. Healing. Be great. Love yourself. Words of affirmation. Healing, self-control, self-affirmation, all those beautiful things that you can do for yourself. Do them.